Can we please stand and let us read together our vision and mission statement along with the Declaration of Principles?
Yes.
Our mission statement: CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to express compassionate living. Now, the Declaration of Principles. I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now and I rejoice in it, and so it is.
So it is.
Now, community song.
So please remain standing and sing with us. We're going to pass a little love and hugs and smiles around. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little love and pass it on. Smile. Take a little smile and pass it on. Take a little smile and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little smile and pass it on. Now hug. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Keep hugging. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little love and pass it on. One more time. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little love and pass it on. You guys are the greatest huggers. I don't get any hugs, so you all owe me one. You owe me one when the service is over. Fist pump, yeah.
And now we will have a reading by Gloria Reed.
The Gloria Reed. The. Woo! You get a pause before you even do anything. How about that?
Can't beat that, huh?
Can't beat it.
All right. All right. This is from this month's Science of Mind magazine, my most favorite bathroom reading. And this one is called In a Universe of Plenty, I Am Enough by Stephen Rambo. And he's a minister out in CSL in Los Angeles area. You may not yet have grown tired of hearing about the New Year's resolutions, intentions, or new beginnings. The freshly unwrapped calendar hanging on the wall mimics a new car smell. The glue on your New Year's Eve vision board is likely just now curing. What an interesting word, curing. The word cure has roots in Latin, in a Latin word, cura, meaning to care for. As the year gets underway, many of us may ask, what shall I care for in 2024? In the spirit of this month's theme, the question becomes, what grand rising is taking place in my life? Let me suggest an answer in the form of an affirmation. In a universe of plenty, I know enough is more than adequate It satisfies my every need. In short, we are enough. Wait, hold on a minute. In a universe of plenty, isn't the answer I care for more money, more work, more time off work? In a universe of plenty, give me more, please. Malika Chopra, in her book Living with Intent, writes that when people are asked what they want, what they really want, they generally answer with some variation of more love, deeper connection, better health, knowing my purpose, finding inspiration, living a life of significance. Our Science of Mind teaching, as suggested by Ernest Holmes, tells us to identify ourselves with that which is always enough. That which is always enough can be a most satisfying grand rising. We give rise to the comfortable knowledge and full understanding of our connection and active participation in the world of spirit. Let's begin with a look at the world of enough. We find it populated by a list of synonyms like pom-pom, shaking feel-good squad of self-actualized cheerleaders, abundant, ample, sufficient, bounteous, complete, full, plentiful, lavish, replete, and unlimited. Now, those words do not disappoint. However, in the face of life's challenges and upheavals, holding on to those ideas as acceptable truths of ourselves can be onerous. I'm reminded of a statement by Mark Twain when queried about whether he would go on vacation. He said, "I'd be glad to go if only I didn't have to take that fella Mark Twain with me." Rather than accept our lives as lavish and replete, we instead levy harsh comments and succumb to an inner critic who pulls us away from what would be our grand rising to our divine inheritance. Those who attend a center for spiritual living, as those who may attend many other faith-based spaces, frequently are reminded that something within us is divine, eternal, transcendent. What we inherited is a spiritually perfect pattern right where we are, just as we are, not somewhere else, but within our very being. Holmes calls it being wedded to the invisible presence. Yet, like Twain's humorous inner critic, our personal judger or the misdirected comments of another can drown out our inner voice. Thus, we are left to feel that we are not enough, not competent, or unacceptable. Therefore, we need to be more, have more, do more. However, remember our affirmation in a universe of plenty. We are enough, and that is more than adequate. It satisfies my every need. We simply need to get there in consciousness. That's it. Thank you. Woo!
This morning I'm going to sing a song by Karen Drucker. It's called There Is Only Love. And you are invited to sing along. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, then I go inside and quiet my mind. I can hear Spirit sing. There is only love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love again. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Thank you. You guys sound good out there.
At this time, I would like to turn the service over to Ms. Cheryl McAuliffe.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. And anybody at home out there, good morning. Okay, how do I get my water there? Cynthia, that was beautiful. Thank you. Yes. And this morning we're going to do a little talk about meditation, and we'll do a good meditation at the end. But first, let's just close our eyes for just a minute and just take some deep breaths in. And as we breathe out, just let go. And as we let go, we just let go of all our cares and worries just for a little while. Let's just put them aside and be in this space. You can feel the spirit here. Peaceful, warm, caring, loving. So just let go. And just make sure those shoulders have let go. And any place else that's really tight. And now as we start to come back here, let's just feel cleared and open as we gently open our eyes. Well, good morning again. I am not an expert in meditation, but I have meditated since the early 80s, which is before some of you were born. I understand that. Today, what I'd like to do is just touch on a few types of meditation, different types of meditation, and their purpose, and some techniques. I'm going to ask you if you have techniques you like to share those, and then we'll do a little bit longer meditation than we usually do. So, as far as the different types of meditation, there are some for health. And what the Mayo Clinic says is the benefit of meditation. It can give you a sense of calm, peace, and balance that can benefit your emotional well-being and your overall health. You can use meditation to relax and cope with stress by focusing on something that calms you. And it can help you stay centered and keep inner peace. Now, that was from the Mayo Clinic. You all have probably heard about transcendental meditation. They want you to meditate 20 minutes a day, morning and evening. And it allows, and I'm quoting, because I wanted to be sure I had it right. It allows your active mind to easily settle inward through quieter levels of thought until you experience the most silent and peaceful level of your own awareness, pure consciousness. So that's from Transcendental. Then we have guided meditations, and that's what I do here a lot, and what Delta does when we kind of guide you through something. What does Christianity teach us? What did Jesus say? He tells us to go into our closet and pray in secret and focus on the single eye. That's the only single eye I know of, right there in the middle of your forehead. Along with that, the yogis from the Hindu region, who came long before anything else, they use a lot of different breathing techniques, but they all lead to the same path, and that is inner awareness, and they call it focusing on the third eye and reaching that pure consciousness. Eckhart Tolle, who's a very famous teacher right now, wants us to stop thinking and be aware of the silence that is behind the thinking. And a cute little story about him, he went to an event once and they had a yogi, and he went underwater in this glass cage. He went underwater for 7 minutes. And when it was over, Eckhart was talking to the host, and the host said, "Well, Eckhart, can you do that?" And Eckhart said, "No, but I can stop thinking for 7 minutes." It's very difficult to do, isn't it? What are some of the purposes? Okay, well, we've talked about relaxation and healing, and people do it to visualize their cells, their body healing. And a lot of people do it to set goals and intentions and see that vision board, what we have, what we want to accomplish. But going back to the spiritual traditions, which we are here for, our viewpoint coincides with the yogic tradition, where we are trying to reach pure consciousness, our essence. And today, when we read our Declaration of Principles, we said, "I believe there's one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe it's my purpose to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me." Well, the only way that we can let the divine mind express is to calm the chatter of the ego mind, the egoic mind. What did Ernest Holmes say about meditation? Well, he said that we are all part of one consciousness. And in his book, Science of Mind, there are about 60 pages on meditation. And a lot of those are affirmations, actual meditations that he gives for different things. I'm quoting him here. He says, "Through affirmative prayer, we learn to clear our mind of negative thoughts, doubts, and fear. And this we must do if we are to become aware of the presence of God in and around us. Let's shut every unkind thought out of our mind, all distractions of the mind, as we listen confidently, peacefully, and quietly. I want to read a little bit from what he said. And this is on page 553. There is but one universal life, God or Spirit. This universal life is a principle of perfect harmony and right action. It's an omnipresent or omnipresent and self-knowing principle, whole and complete within itself. It is forever calm and peaceful. It is therefore a principle of complete satisfaction, which knows no unsatisfied desire. The only appetite or desire of infinite mind is for the complete manifestation of its own constructive contemplation. My life, that's your life, is a part of the universal life. Its peace, calm, and satisfaction are manifesting in and through me now in absolute perfection. My spirit, being one with the universal spirit, has nothing to desire or long for except the natural expression of peace, poise, and complete satisfaction. Ernest had a lot of good things to say in here. I really highly recommend that for reading. I'd like to ask if there's anybody in the audience who would like to share with us a type of meditation they do. There are many, many types. So is there anybody that wants to share anything? Okay. Well, oh yes. Her question was, and this happens to a lot of people, it's a big challenge. I fall asleep when I'm meditating. Well, one thing I can suggest is when you're sitting in a chair, sit up straight with your back maybe just not touching the back of the chair. It keeps you more alert. Yeah. Being in bed, it's doable, but it's harder when you're horizontal. When you're vertical, you've got to place your attention a little bit more on your body. And I always say every day that I'm vertical is a good day. Did anybody over here want to share anything? Lily? Do you want to come up here and share? Or I can hand you the microphone. Yeah, because, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got to come. To here? Is this okay on camera? Uh-huh. Okay. Yes.
I just wanted to share that when I first, first I started out at Unity, and then when I started attending the Centers for Spiritual Living, I didn't have too much experience with the meditation, and so when I really wanted to, learn how to meditate, I believe I started out because I wanted to like meditate like for an hour or something like that, and it wasn't working. And then I would get discouraged, and I would stop. I would say, because it's not working for me, this is not for me. But then over the years, and I'm still learning, I've learned that I have to choose something that is for me. And my best time when I meditate is when I walk. I always like to walk, but when I walk, it's like sometimes I walk listening like to music, or sometimes I walk maybe listening to like a guided meditation. And then sometimes I walk and my mind is just, I can't explain it. It's just like if I don't know how I got from point A to point B, because my mind is just filled with just, it's like empty, but it's not, and it's just all these thoughts and stuff, which I believe the spirit speaking to me, and so that works for me. And now I guided meditation. There are a lot of meditations on YouTube, a lot of them. And I've tried a lot of them, but now the one I'm working with is a guided meditation, like for 10 minutes. And right now that works for me. Eventually I'll move on, to something else. But for me, I like I said, I just had to learn what was brought me to that place where it was just my essence and God's, spirit's essence, So I just keep trying until I find something, and that's my story. So
Thank you, Lily. That's a very good point, because one of the types of meditation is being in nature and walking, or just being outside and really just knowing that everything around you is living and part of the spirit too. We're not separate. So that's very powerful when you think about all the trees around you and all the vibrations that they have. And it's very clearing. So thank you, Lily. That's very good. Does anybody else want to share?
My teacher, a channel named Lazarus, I've studied with for 30 years, he says you should have a designated place where you meditate. I have a chair and a stool out in my sunroom, and that's where I go when I want to meditate. And I get really comfy. And he said if you go to sleep, that's not a bad thing, because sometimes that's how you get out of your own way. And spirit works through you while you're not really knowing that it works. He also suggests that you have a safe place in your mind that you've created where you go to that relaxes you, like a garden or a place in nature or by the ocean or whatever relaxes you, and then meditate there. But I like to meditate very comfy. I don't like to sit up straight, so. Anyway, I want to do it. Thank you.
Whatever. This is the nice thing. This is personal. It's your personal time with the awareness of the divine. So whatever works is perfect. One thing that helps me is I have a word. My word is peace. And when my mind starts wandering, those thoughts start, oh God, I got to run the dishwasher. It's peace, peace. And just right after sometime you say a word, there's a clearing there. And even if you can have this for 2 or 3 seconds, that's great. And that's a start. Does anybody else want to share? Sandy? Got a lot of shares. Great.
You mentioned Eckhart Tolle, and I've been an Eckhart Tolle fan for, 20 years. And even though I belong to the CSL Church in Dallas, Eckhart Tolle was also a very big part of my teaching, so to speak. And the two of them, the church and Eckhart, were talking about when he can really turn his mind off for 7 minutes. It's amazing. And that I just thought, wow. And he talks a lot about going into nature
and to sit in nature. It's a wonderful way to meditate. So I lived on a big creek in Dallas, and there was a dam, and the creek ran down and came down. It was beautiful. And right across, there was this big area all full of trees. And I'd go out and sit on my patio, and I'd hear the water coming over the dam, and I focused on a tree. And that tree became my focus to meditate on. And I could sit there quiet, listen to the water, close my eyes, and hear Eckhart and Reverend Pedra talking about centering yourself. And I would put my hands down beside me, close my eyes, no music. All I heard was the music of nature. And I could go into that peaceful place. And when that voice in the head comes up, and like Cheryl is saying, I just started to say, no, stop, and go back and go back and go back. And it was absolutely wonderful. I still miss my tree, but I have hundreds of trees in my backyard now. So I've got lots and lots of places to meditate.
Anybody? Marcia?
One of our viewer online wants to know, how do I know that I'm in that safe place in my mind?
How do you know that you're in that safe place in your mind? You just kind of know it. I don't know. Does anybody have an answer for that? It's when your mind is clear, peaceful, happy, quiet, connected. When you feel it in your heart that you are connected. And for me, it's really like connected with nothingness, connected with space. And then if you just hold that, it's just it's a feeling of bliss, of bliss. You may hear something, you may not. You may hear something 2 hours later when you're out of meditation. You may get an answer, but there's nothing to really get. It's letting go and connecting. Any more? Any questions, answers?
I know one thing that helps me, because I have a busy mind, is I've always been told, like, as other thoughts start coming in, don't try to fight that you're getting those thoughts. Acknowledge that, oh yes, I do need bread or whatever, at the grocery store, but you acknowledge that those thoughts are there, and then just quietly let it go. Like, I will deal with that later. Yes, okay. And then breathe, focus on the breath. That's and when my mind bounces, just focus on breathing and get in touch with that breath again, and then your mind can relax, because that monkey brain just,
So I practice a lot of what we talked about today, the walking and the sitting, but this one that has been with me for a little bit now, and I do my meditation at 3 a.m. when I'm up. That's what time I get up, and I sit in my little sitting room, no kids, no dogs, nobody. And the one I've been using recently is one by it's inspired by Dr. Sue Morter from that book, The 7 Energy Codes. The energy code, 7 steps to awaken in your life, your spirit, heal your body, and living your best life. It's a really good read. But I don't want to misquote how she does hers, because I usually just twist stuff for me anyway. But what she does is it's really like I'm breathing, and I push it into my root chakra first. and I push it out. So breathe in, take it into the root chakra, breathe out, push it out the root chakra. Then breathe in, take it from the earth to the root chakra, breathe out, push it out the head. And I do that until I feel this area just relaxes. And then I take it up to the other chakra and the others and the throat and all the way up. And my whole body just relaxes. And I do it a lot now, just in the mornings, but even when I'm out and about, like even here just now, when I wanted to just kind of center, breathe it into the root and out through the earth. And it just works. And I just breathe in each of them until they're relaxed, and I can just feel the tightening, the expansion, or whatever it needs in that area. And yeah.
And what was her name again?
Dr. Sue Morter, the energy code. Really good. It's a lot about healing too, through meditation and all kind of, yeah, it's very comprehensive. But that's one of the technique in it that I'm pretty sure it's kind of like that, but that's my twist to it that works for me. Yeah.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Like I said, there's so many different ways. You've got to just find out for you what works, and that is Dr. Sue Morter, The Energy Codes. So that's one book you could read, but you can Google, get all kinds of stuff. We have two young ladies here this morning, and I'm wondering, I have a child's meditation that I think you all would like. And when we get to where we're going in the meditation, we will stop there and rest a little while for you all to feel the bliss. How about that? Would everybody like to do that? Victoria, would you meditate with us? Okay, good, because I think you'll like this. Okay, so I'm going to sit down, and hopefully I will be alert. Marcia?
We have another question from online.
Okay.
This is from Lamette from Kenya.
Oh,
He wants to know, how long is a minimum time for meditation?
what a great question. There is no answer, Kenya. There is no minimal time. When you can go very, very deep in 3 minutes. You can go deep instantly. It may take you 20 minutes. It may take you an hour. There is no set. The point is just to get there and clear the mind. And the ego is bringing these thoughts in. The ego does not want you to clear, because then it dies. So it's like Cynthia was saying, you just let these thoughts through. Sometimes I say, thank you. Let that thought through. Peace. Even a second or two or three in deep bliss of nothingness is going to have so many benefits. Kenya, I hope that answered your question. Okay. So let's just get settled, whichever way suits you. And we're going to close our eyes and just start taking some deep breaths. We'll relax the body first. And let's just continue to breathe deeply. And begin to feel all those little muscles around the eyes just relax. And all the muscles in the cheeks. And as we breathe in, when we let go, let's just relax the neck and the shoulders and down into the arms.
And on every breath, let's just relax the torso down into the hips and out through the legs. And let's just feel our feet flat on the floor. And as we breathe again, let's just let the body go. Begin to feel this sense of peace. 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 And today we are going to feel ourselves walking beside our favorite seashore. And as we do, we feel the glow of the sun, a slight breeze. We hear the gentle waves crashing gently upon the beach. We hear the seagulls. And we see the little kiwi birds going in and out of the waves. We begin to feel this sense of peace and relaxation and joy as we slowly walk down the beach. And down far ahead of us in the distance, in the sky, we see something coming down slowly, circling. And we notice that this is a very beautiful, very kind, very large eagle. And the eagle begins to land on the beach. And as we get closer, we can see the eagle's eye. And we know that she is beckoning us to come closer. She's very calm, very tame. And as we come closer, we feel very safe, very safe. Because we know this eagle came from spirit just like we came. And she beckons us to get on her back and nestle down in the brown, soft feathers. And we feel so safe and loved. And she begins to ascend very slowly. And we are very secure. We look down and we see the white sand and the turquoise water. And all the fish, the porpoise. We begin to climb higher and higher. How free we feel. We're soaring higher. And we feel love
feel joyful until we see the earth, this beautiful ball of white clouds and green oceans, and the earth, the trees. And we keep climbing. Until we begin to see a very deep, beautiful, dark blue with millions of stars gleaming their white crystal light. Oh, how glorious we feel as we realize we are part of this universal spirit. And here in this beautiful, safe place, we just take some time to release all our cares to spirit. And now say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And we begin to gently glide back down to earth. The earth becomes closer and closer until we see the blue water and the white beach. And as we softly land, we give our gentle eagle a small hug, for we show our love and appreciation for all creation. We slide down to the soft sand, and we begin to walk away, feeling grateful and peaceful. And we know that we can come to this space at any time. Anytime. And so as we walk back down the beach, we begin to feel our toes in the sand and the salt water on our face, and we begin to come back into this beautiful world. As we open our eyes gently when we're ready, and say thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. And so it is. Just one note to whoever called from Kenya. I think the recommended time to try to allot to meditation is start with 15 minutes in the morning and evening. But whatever you can do and build from there. Thank you all. I hated to bring us back.
Performance track.
This is Lily's favorite song of mine. Last time I sang it, she wasn't here. But get it today. This is a song about connection. I am not separate. I am not separate. I am not separate. I am not separate. I surrender into the oneness. You are not separate. You are not separate. Surrender into the oneness. What name is oneness? Spirit, God, Goddess, divine. What name is oneness? Mother, Father, Creator, universal mind. We are
are not separate. We are not separate. We surrender into the oneness. The problem is being disconnected, and the solution is to connect, to separate. Is oneness, Spirit, God, Goddess, divine. What name is oneness? Mother, Father, Creator, universal mind. We are not separate. We are not separate. We surrender into the oneness. We are not separate. We are not separate. We surrender into the oneness. We surrender into the oneness. We surrender into the oneness.
Before I do the conscious giving, I just want to say thank you so much, Miss Cheryl, for the meditation today. Because when I woke up this morning, I felt real heavy. I wasn't feeling good. You can ask my mom. Like I was struggling trying to get up. I didn't want to come in this morning, but I'm glad I did because now I feel that heaviness is gone. And I really want to say thank you. All right, it's now time for conscious giving to our community. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in a circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in the bulletin. You can donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. You can also donate online using your personal Breeze account. If you donate online either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contribution. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from the usher. Now, as the consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart, from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly, Lovingly I give, lovingly I give thee from my heart and from my soul.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givenness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. All right, announcements.
Announcements are
Our guest speaker next Sunday is Reverend Bronte Colbert. She is coming to us all the way from Athens, Georgia. Also, do we have any visitors with us this morning? No? Okay.
just family.
Just family. All right. And also, we need to break down the tables and put them away after the service. So if anyone would be able to help, that would be mostly appreciated. Thank you. And also for social media, please connect with us on all of our social media platforms. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And now for our closing affirmation. Let us stand and say our closing affirmation together. All right. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good goes from us, only good comes to us, and so it is. And now our community peace song.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Great
welcome.
job, Rachel. Thank you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, I got really smart, and while I was in the studio, I recorded this song. So now, what is playing? That's not what's supposed to be playing. Okay, here we go. Oh, gee. Bear with me. Okay, stop. You stop. Okay. Okay, it stopped. Good. No, it started again. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, guys. It's coming, I promise. I really want to play this, okay? Can you turn it up? There we go. Let there be peace on earth and let it with every step I take, let this be my